So it's now a couple days later, and the plan for today is to clean up this side of the shed so that I can get the red truck back in here and tinker around with the red truck, because I'd like to get the turbo stuff mounted up onto that and all the turbo feed lines and drain and everything, which came in the mail last week or so that I can get the red truck over to my mates to fab up the downpipe, and then we'll look to do the intake and stuff. But we might do that at a later date. We might just get it running with the HX30 hot piped for now, just because my sister's got a ball coming up and she wants to get taken to the ball in the patrol. So I've got about a week and a half to hopefully get that hot piped running with the turbo, which I know it's got heaps of play in it. As you can see here, like there's heaps of up and down, side to side play, but no front and back. So the guy I got it off, supposedly it's still boosted. It just was a little bit sad, so we'll see if it's enough just to make it to the ball. And yeah, but first things first, I need to tidy up the side of the shed. Well, I have tidied up a little bit on the side, but of course, instead of just putting stuff in another corner of the shed, I thought, let's put it on the car. So the car's back on the ground. I've put the exhaust on, well, the little downpipe with the cat on. I've put whole front end on. So first time the front end's been this complete pretty much since I've owned it. All the corner lights and everything. Obviously, I don't know if you can tell, but this thing's been in a river before, so need a new headlight here because it's all broken behind. All the mounts are broken. The grill's just held in by one zip tie. But yeah, been pretty busy. Got a few more things done in the engine bay. I put 12 volt to this on ignition startup, which I think is like an idle, like a cold idle switch. So I'll see if that helps it start initially. Also a nut on the top of my glow plug rail, I guess, was loose, so that doesn't help either. Yeah, I've got the fan on. Yeah, so it's basically ready for another start. I want to start it. Hopefully with the cat it'll be a bit quieter. Don't want to annoy the neighbours too much. But it's pretty much ready for its first drive other than brakes. I have no brakes other than the handbrake, so won't be going far with just like that. But I thought it'd be cool to see if it wants to start up now that I've widened that little piece and fixed the glow plug thing. So I also need to figure out this whole loom in here is all over the show, so I do need to figure that out, because when I try and give it gas, obviously this thing's in the way. So anyways, the battery's been on charge for the last hour-ish, hour and a half that I've been doing this. So hopefully it has enough juice to crank her over. It's a car. I had to give it some start your bastard again to get it to fire, but yeah, I really need to figure out why it doesn't want to fire on its own for that first fire, because it seems to run all right once it's going, but yeah, it doesn't like to actually start itself. So I might just take it down the drive and back and see how I go. Okay, so I did drive it. I should have probably recorded it. It was a bit dodgy, but of course, in an auto, it's park, reverse, neutral, drive, right? Could get it into reverse fine, but the handbrake wasn't good enough to hold it off. So it rolled off the points there, and that was dodgy. I obviously didn't want to go through the back of my shed. So I quickly put it back into neutral with the handbrake up, wasn't doing anything anyways. And then I thought if I'm really fast, I could chuck it into neutral, like pass, reverse it into neutral. Did that was fine. Put it into first, or no, drive, sorry, and that was fine. It started rolling. It actually started just skidding here because it was stuck on that block there. It just started skidding. But yeah, the handbrake just isn't doing anything, no brakes, don't want to go through the shed, I've got no power steering. Yeah, so it's pretty dodgy. And then the alternator belt is way too loose anyways, and the alternator started squealing, and it actually started tearing up the belt. So I quickly shut it off, which it still doesn't shut off on the key for whatever reason. So I do need to figure that out, because I obviously had to pop the hood and then quickly pull this wire for it to shut off. So that's also dodgy, but hopefully in the next couple of days I can bleed the brakes, and then I'll actually take it for a little tinker, because I'm just not interested in going through my own shed or house or anything like that. So yeah, I also need to get the stock shocks in the back, even though that obviously looks so much better than that, but I need to get it ready to get a warrant. Also don't have any of the headlights sorted, so that's going to be a mission on its own. I need to sort out an intake. I do have one from the C33, but it's ruined. I need to book a windscreen. I need to get a quote for that. I have no idea how much that's going to cost. I need to sort out the loom inside the car. I need to bolt the seats in, which these are just C34 seats. And then I need to get all the center console, the cluster, all that stuff in. And I also need to get auto manual speedo drive as well for a warrant. And then yeah, once all that's done, it's basically a stock car that would have cost $1,500 in 2018. So a lot of money and time into this to get it to that point. But once we're done that, hopefully have a turbo kit from a Patrol coming in, so that will be awesome. And then manual conversion once I've sorted that. So yeah, this is going to be all for tonight, because it's dark and I don't want to make any more noise. This HX30 needs to be on in the next 2 weeks, and I would have liked to have had it on today, so I could have heard the spoolie boy on the big boy, but definitely in the next couple of videos for sure.